So, as I learned more about myself and God revealed to me healing and that I could grow from my past, John and I talked about having a family. Marshall was my firstborn. He was a rule follower. He worked hard. He excelled in school and work. He was kind of born as a little adult, a combination of John and I. Corey? Well, let's talk about Corey. Corey is my fun-loving, keep you on your toes, jokester, loves life. He loves school. He excels and works hard in what he does. He takes rules only as a suggestion. It was not uncommon in high school for me to receive a phone call from the principal that Corey has done something outside of the rules. As Corey grew older and went off to JMU to college, I received a phone call one afternoon from Harrisonburg Regional Jail. Your son Corey has asked that we contact you as he has been arrested on multiple drug charges. About an hour later, I get another phone call from a bail bondsman in Harrisonburg who states, we can arrange for Corey to be released this evening, and it would be in his best interest if you come and get him. John gets home from work, and I have to relay this message to him. Our son is in jail. And I told him I just couldn't go get him. But he said, Kathy, we have to go get him. See, I couldn't see it, but John could. We needed to be Corey's hope at this time. And to say that was an easy journey, it wasn't by any means. So we go to Harrisonburg, we pay his bail, we bring Corey home. The next morning we get up, and John and I have a written contract for Corey. He will get a job. He will attend classes at Blue Ridge. He will go to counseling. All the things you pray to God that will help him change his life. I took Corey every week to Harrisonburg to check in with his court-appointed officer. One evening we return home from that trip, and he gets a phone call as soon as we walk in the door. Corey has failed his drug test. I have to return him to Harrisonburg and turn him in. Corey is arrested and will serve 30 days for this. I was really angry, and I was angry with God. How could he save me for this? Here it is, my son in jail. But you know what? God did save me for that. He saved me for that trial and so many more I would have in life. So Corey is sentenced, and we're in disbelief that he is only sentenced to 30 days to serve for this. But when he's released, he is a convicted felon. When Corey is released from jail, he goes to Nashville, completes his degree, and begins his journey in life. I wish I could tell you that was the end of our journey, but I cannot. In the midst of all that is going on with Corey and his journey, my husband John is becoming very ill. The doctors have told us there's not a lot of hope, and that it's time that we get our family together. In the middle of the night, I receive another one of those phone calls from a Nashville policeman this time. Corey is being arrested on a DUI. And unfortunately, that isn't the only DUI he receives. A little later, he is arrested again on a DUI. As Corey awaits sentencing on his last DUI, the doctor informs me that if there is anyone that wants to see John, the time is now. So Corey asked permission from his parole officer to come home and visit with his father. I know John soaked him in. On October 25th, we go out as a family and celebrate Marshall's birthday. And the next day, Corey has to fly back to Nashville. On November 1st, Corey has to begin serving his time for his last DUI. And on November 5th, I have to inform Corey, while he is incarcerated, that his father has gone to rest with his sweet Jesus. Corey was finally released from jail and came home to be with our family. We laid John's ashes to rest on December 1st at a waterfall that was very special to John and I. And right here at Bridge on December 2nd, we had a celebration of life service for John, where Corey sang "O Holy Night," one of John's favorite songs. Later, Corey would tell me that he understood why he couldn't be with our family during John's final days. God did for Corey what Corey couldn't do for himself. Corey was able to stay sober. He dealt with the emotions and the guilt and the shame and his past. In many ways, in those 25 days that he was incarcerated, Corey found his hope. While Corey is awaiting sentencing on his last DUI, he has been fighting this battle for so long, but he is winning. He has been sober almost a year. I learned God is always there, even when I thought he's disappeared on me. I'm here doing this by myself. No, he was right there with me. I had to turn back to him and see him, and his light shined in that time to just help me cope day to day to day.